Right, Disney disaster. The budget for live action Snow White
Oof.
is reportedly about $500 million. Now, obviously, ladies and gents, we don't know this 100% yet. There's a few key indicators as to why this is a strong possibility. And I know loads of people hear that sort of number and they go, oh, like, no, clearly that's nonsense. No, Disney has done this for 2 films before. Well, actually, no, a fair few films actually have had this. To be fair, but we will find out whether this is the case or not because they've had to file their taxes publicly in the UK. So we will actually find out whether this is true eventually. Probably take a few years. Probably be about another 2 years from now. I think maybe even 3 from now, because this movie releases next year. So it won't be next year, but the year after, and then the year after that, probably when they finalize it all. But it's mad. It's absolute madness. So yeah, quite insane. Let's take a look. The budget for the Walt Disney Company's live-action Snow White film starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot is rumored to have exploded to over $500 million. So here it is from a friend of the channel, WDW Pro. The big story about all of this is that Disney apparently is trying to get this movie ready to go on the cheap. And the reason that it might be done on the cheap is because they've already done 3 reshoots, which we know about, right? We actually know that. None of this is hidden. Like, we know all of this. And we know that this film had a budget that was somewhere around $300 million. And they've overshot that significantly according to his source. And this film is now heading towards The Force Awakens and the rise of Palpatine kind of budget. We're nearing the $500 million mark, according to WDW Pro's source. Now, Caroline Reed at Forbes actually confirmed this 2 years ago. So in July of 2022, there was a budget already of $209.3 million. Right? That was 3 years ago. That was no, that was them already working for 3 years on the film. And then we're now 2 years on with that, with also more reshoots underway. So yeah, $500 million, I can believe. Also, they had that mad Scrabble where they were trying to insert dwarfs, weird little CGI plebs. And then what else? Oh, then we'll have marketing on top of that as well. This film is never making money. It's got 1.2 million dislikes on YouTube, the trailer, to only 92,000 upvotes. It is never going to make money. I have no idea why they thought that this was a smart move. Right. And it's quite hilarious because they parallel each other really, really well. There's something sort of philosophical about this, ladies and gents, in the chat. And let me know if you agree with me here, is that for those that don't know, the first Snow White saved Disney.
Yeah.
Right? The first Snow White actually saved Disney. It made it what it is. Walt Disney bet everything he owned on making that film. Everything. Everything was on the line. And it saved Disney. Pushed them into success.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this one in 2024. Well, 2025 when it comes out. Snow White. And it's quite, I guess it's almost, it's that sort of bittersweet irony about it, isn't it? You throw out everything that the previous one stood for, the sort of morals and structural code of the previous. You hate the previous one, and then boom, it's going to end you. It's going to absolutely end your company, basically. I mean, it won't end them, but, it will significantly make quite a huge hit in their finances. Quite a big dent. It's that, it's quite comical, really, when you look at it like that. And there you go. It's never going to make money. Like, never in a million years is this going to make money. Ever. Don't know why they're doing it. Dumb. Dumb. Over to you, Culture.
Well, no, I don't know how my assessment would be any different. I mean, the biggest problem that we've got is that that's before we get to marketing. $500 million before we get to marketing. $500 million before we get to marketing. So we spend $200 million on marketing because we desperately need this film to make money. Now we're $700 million in on it, which means it needs to make $1.4 billion minimum.
Oh my goodness.
But according to somebody who now I trust fully as far as what production numbers are, it needs to make somewhere near $2.2 billion in order to break even. Because we've been using not a high enough metric. We need to be.
Where'd you get that from?
We need to be just one of the people I know that would know because they work in that side of production and understand what the marketing budgets are. So we officially have crossed the point where you have to make 3 times the budget in order to break even now.
I mean, that's mad.
Yeah, it used to be 2.5, then it was 2.8, and now it's 3.
That's actually insane, isn't it, really?
So if you spend $700 million, you have to make $2.2 billion to break even. Do you think this film is capable of making over $2 billion?
Well, it's not capable of making one. It would have been. The thing is, right?
Which is a problem.
Actually, but the thing is with the live action films, right? Like it's almost a previously it was a safe bet actually that they would make $1 billion because the previous ones have done that. The live action films have actually done historically really, really well for Disney. Amazingly, I don't understand why because they've all been pretty terrible, but still, they've all done pretty well. And it's a pretty safe bet. But then they started to change it. They weren't doing like page for page remakes with live action. They were changing them, and it was the last one that failed. Miserable. No, what was the last one? So they did the Mulan, so that didn't do very well. That was that
had several problems. I mean, that was But
that was the start of it, right?
And then, you're right. Yeah,
and then they changed drastically the Little Mermaid, and then it just started going way downhill from there. And they got this.
Well, I mean, you had the really weird version of Dumbo, right? And then you had Lady and the Tramp, which was odd.
Oh, that was a film, wasn't it? Yeah, Dumbo. Yeah. Oh, the Lady and the Tramp was made just for Disney Plus, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. A Disney Plus exclusive? I swear it was.
It was. It was.
Definitely was. 100%. Well, anyway, it was.
Lady and the Tramp.
And for those that doubt that they would spend $500 million on a movie, remember they spent $231 million making an awful Star Wars show, a TV show that would never make any money. So never underestimate just how moronic Disney truly is with their finances. Because, they'll do it. Oh, yeah, they'll do it. Ladies and gents, they will do it. Make no mistake. They'll do it.
Oh, you are correct.
They'll throw all their cash down the drain.
You are correct. That was the first exclusive film that they released on Disney Plus.
Knew it.
Yeah, you're pretty smart.
Knew it.
You're pretty smart.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But it was a very odd movie. Like I said, the minute you deviate from a shot for shot, you're going to have some trouble. And all of the changes that they made to Little Mermaid, it was definitely guaranteeing a failure. And now we know for certain that it lost somewhere between $4 and $10 million. It did not make a profit.
Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, we're going to see this. We're going to see this film do something that no film has done in Disney history. It's going to lose twice the budget. Indiana Jones and the diaper of dysentery was close.
God, so bad. So bad.
It's insane. We're in a weird world.
A
very weird world.
Terrible. 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 Fun times. So, their only saving grace with this is the tax rebate that they get from the UK government. Not the only saving grace, but we'll see. We will see. What well, we've got a super chat actually about this. Matthew Brown for $9.99 says, "Hey H, how many more L's can Marvel and ultimately Disney take before the board starts to wonder if Iger can ever fix Disney? Snow White is 200 million off of Rings of Power budget from Amazon." Yeah, true. Yeah, there were some numbers floating around about Rings of Power, like 790 million or 750 million or something like that. So yeah, you're quite right. How many more L's can Marvel take, or Disney? What do you think, Culture?
Infinite. I mean, for as much
Infinite.
for as much as everybody wants to underwrite them. That's the thing.
Right.
They're being underwritten by the people who are sponsoring the message, the globalists that are trying to destroy all governments so they can have a unified world government that will enslave you. So yeah,
true, very very true. Well, there you go. I think this will just be a monumental failure for Disney. I can't see a way that this will be successful. I don't see it. Yeah, there's no reality where this becomes successful.
No, they
simply
can't.
Because budget and then the actor, and then also if this nonsense down in Israel and Gaza keeps going on.
What do you mean? Look, today was the beginning of the big controversy.
Wait.
Okay.
What?
The big the big conflagration started today.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I don't care what happens down there. I couldn't care less. I don't have to pick a side. My point I'm trying to say is, if it does continue, which obviously it's going to, you've got one person who's like Free Palestine, which is Rachel Zegler, and you got one person who's literally from Israel, Gal Gadot, and they got to do a press tour together. That's the point I'm trying to make. So if it continues, which is going to,
mate,
that press tour is going to be well awkward.
You think there's going to be a problem?
Yeah.
Well, but why?
Well, because you've got one petulant little child that wants to free Palestine and prances around and claims it all over her Twitter and stuff like that. And then you've got someone that literally worked, in the IDF.
Right.
So, yeah, I would imagine that's probably going to create some issues. Don't you think? A bit of friction, no?
I mean, maybe.
Of
course there's going to be. Of course there's going to be. Come on now.
That'd be bloody, yeah.
It's to be fair, if I were Disney right now, I would cut bait. I would cut bait on this so fast. I'd be so done with this project. I'd be like, look, we got to write this off. We can't possibly make any money with it, and we're making enemies left and right. We got to stop. We have to stop. There's no upside here. Somebody show me the upside.
Bob Iger taking the L? That's an upside.
No. I mean to keep going, to actually release it.
Oh, no, yeah, to take an L. Yeah.
Dude, as much as I want to see that, if they have to write it off, he's taking an L.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all the neo-Marxism in work, in action, in effect. So having to, take this back to his paymasters, not to mention the fact that the folks that are in the Middle Kingdom, are going to be, not thrilled that their, Western world destruction techniques, got thwarted in this. So, I don't know. Jeez. We're in a weird place. My opinion is, no matter what, this loses money, Bob takes an L. This gets canceled, Bob takes an L. I'm never more happy than when Bob takes an L.
Yeah. Well, this movie's doomed. It's doomed, I hear you say.
Doomed.
Oh, there you go. Moving on.
I feel like being doomed.